Hello and welcome back to another We Wonder. This is Chris Pfluger. I'm your Chief Development Officer here at We Insure. And today is another continuation of last week's. It's a very special time for us. Not only is it around the holidays, but it's also our celebration of our 10 plus years. And again, remember, We Insure has been around for almost 13 now. So Adam is one of our founding offices and our agency owners. And Adam Feldman, how are you doing today?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm working out of headquarters here in Jacksonville, Florida, and you're working out of Coral Springs today. And the great news for everybody out there is Coral Springs is about 75 degrees and sunny. So if you're in other parts of the country, sorry about that. We're going to bring it. We can live vicariously through Adam. So there we are. So Adam, you started with us in 2011 or thereabouts. And as we talk about that 10 plus years as one of our founding agency owners, we kind of ask a lot of the questions. What kind of drew you to We Insure back in the day?
The main thing that drew me to We Insure, I had the opportunity to sit with a lot of different companies, but Phil was the main reason for me. Honesty goes a long way with me, and being able to sit down with someone who's honest and forthcoming made a big difference in my decision.
Fantastic. And at the time, even then, back then, carrier access was a big deal. So you came from a captive. I think you were with Allstate prior to. And, you had the opportunity, you're writing a lot of auto, and you mentioned to me before, you're saying, I'm looking to expand into this, get some more homeowners, but really that carrier access is what really opened the door for us, right?
Correct. So once I joined We Insure, the carrier access was huge. To have the ability to change, like I told you, I was with Allstate for 5 years. So I originally came in wanting to write auto, and as I kind of changed and wanted to write more home, I had that ability with We Insure to be able to kind of write different carriers and to have the ability to do all of that.
Now, do you write anything other than home and auto at this point?
I write a majority home and auto. We dabble a little bit in personal umbrella and flood and things like that, but I would say a majority is probably 70% is homeowners.
Okay, so you don't do any commercial necessarily, listen.
Nope, I kind of stay in my lane, and that's just how I do it.
Perfect.
Everybody's different.
No problem. I figured I'd ask the question. So that was a great story, a great thing. You met Phil Vasali, and back in the day, it was a different process than it is today, as I can imagine. You said that you signed your contract at a Chili's.
We did. I signed it at a Chili's. We went to go to the office, and it was being constructed at the time. And he said, you see that office? That's where we're going to have this big office, but it's not ready yet. So let's go to Chili's and sign the documents. And I said, let's go. And that's how this whole thing started.
That's a true professional. Listen, don't worry about that. Let's get to what we're here for. Let's go to Chili's and sign this contract. That's great.
Exactly.
So no, Phil is fantastic, and that's one of the things that we've talked about, you and I, in the past. Is Phil had the same exact concerns. He came from Allstate as well, but he came from a captive and said, hey, I want to have carrier access. I want to have all the service. I want to be able to do get the highest tier commissions. All this in one shop. Hence, we're here today with We Insure. So that's the next question is why we was then. Right. So now, right, we've transitioned quite a bit. It's been, more than 10 years for you at this point. So the question is, what has changed? Have you seen a lot of change in We Insure?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of change. The backside has changed a lot, where they go ahead and handle all the appointments. We don't have to ask anybody to do that. It's just a very smooth process. The customer service team has come a huge way. You don't have to ask any questions. It's done before you can even think about it.
That's fantastic. And I know you said that before when you were talking about carriers. Back in the day, you used to have to pick up the phone and call Phil and say, hey, listen, I need this carrier. And the CEO of the company is calling and getting you a carrier, and then you guys are writing business together at 11 o'clock at night. That's a good old thing right there, right?
That's how it used to be. So I would call him constantly 10 o'clock. I need this carrier. I need this carrier. And I would drive him nuts, and eventually we would get it, but it would take a little bit. Now I don't have to call anybody. I know if a carrier pops up in the state, you guys are going to hear for it way before me or any other agent.
That's an interesting point. So now, we have a carrier relations team that actually monitors everything and tells us, hey, what's happening in the market, keeps those relationships up, gets to make sure that you're as competitive as anybody out there in the United States, right? But we know that in Southeast Florida, as it is in a lot of different markets across the United States, where it might be a little challenging down there. So, do you feel like you have enough access to enough of the carriers to be very competitive in your market?
Absolutely. again, we have more than anybody else. So that's all I could ask for.
Right. Well, there you go. Monitoring give you more than everybody else. It makes you uber competitive in the marketplace. And that's really the goal, right? That's the goal, is to make you out there and just to make sure you can handle as many of the clients as possible. And again, I know Southeast Florida has got to be one of the toughest markets in the U.S., right now, at least for insurance.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
But your clients have needs, right? So we got to fulfill those needs and be able to find the right solutions for their family. So that's fantastic. Well, questions for you as we go through. Anything you're looking forward to going forward? I know that we've had, our own, we did an acquisition and merger, and we're looking to grow the company. You've heard some of the plans. Like we've shared with some of our agency owners some of the plans. Are you excited about the future?
Absolutely. I've seen what it's come from, signing a contract at Chili's to the process going all the way through. So yeah, I can't wait to see what the future brings.
Well, if you like it today, you're going to love it next year, right? That's what we're
I'm not going anywhere. So I intend to see it all the way through.
Fantastic. Well, I know the holidays are coming up and you've got some great plans, you and the family, to head out. So we appreciate you joining us today and sharing your insights. And again, we always truly value our founding, agency owners, from years back, and sticking with us and really growing with We Insure. And we're just excited to have you part of the team and maintaining that relationship. So.
Absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today, and have a fantastic holiday. Thanks, Adam.
You too.
You got it.